Hey there, fellow content creator. I hope you're doing well. And if you're watching this right now, potentially you may have just heard or read the news that YouTube is going to be updating their terms for the YouTube Partner Program. And in case you haven't heard about it or read about it yet, let me quickly go over what they're changing. So up until this point, you had your two entry levels for the YouTube Partner Program. As of February 2027, so next year, they are going to change the second partner threshold to double the amount of numbers that you need. So instead of 4,000 watch hours over a year's time, you need 8,000. And instead of 10 million views over 3 months of shorts, you're gonna need 20 million. And I know and can understand that if you hear about this, it can feel very demotivating. Your heart might sink and you might think, dang, I was really trying to work towards that monetization and now it just feels like it's gonna be so impossible. It already felt like something really far out of reach and now it's even further out of reach. And I get that. I had to get there as well. I started out with small videos that got like 5 watch hours or 10 watch hours. I was lucky and like super ecstatic if a video had like 50 watch hours or something, you know. I also had to learn and grow and evolve, so to speak, try out different formats, try out different ideas to get to where I am today. And I can confidently say that even if the 8,000 watch hours was already a thing, I would still be a YouTube partner. It sounds like I'm flexing, I really don't mean to. I just wanted to tell you how possible it is for it to work. Like something that a lot of creators say is it's a combination of hard work but also luck, because you never know what's gonna work out, what's gonna hit, what is gonna do really well, even if you are basing your content, your titles, your thumbnails off of things that have worked for a lot of other people that are in a similar space as you, content-wise. And especially in the beginning, when I was just starting out on this channel, after having taken a break for a couple of years, I was not really doing it because I wanted to be a YouTube partner. Like, of course, when you're making content, I think maybe somewhere you might have this idea of it would be so cool if this is what I could do. I've had that idea for a really, really long time, but I just started it all up again because it was fun. I initially just started streaming and I turned my stream VODs into YouTube videos because I really liked to edit. And those kinds of videos didn't necessarily pop off. They didn't perform super crazily. Those are not the kind of videos that would have gotten me to YouTube Partner. Now, why am I saying all of this? It's basically a long introduction into me talking about how I did get to YouTube Partner and how I gained over 10,000 subscribers in a matter of like half a year, right? Because I started up again in February 2025 and it is now August 2026 and we're at like 18,300 subscribers, which is insane. And oh my god, okay, this is the first time I've actually seen my numbers from the last 90 days. So over the last 3 months I have gained enough watch hours to reach that 8,000 partner threshold, and I've gained nearly 10,000 subscribers, and I've made a decent chunk of money, which I did not get all of that, by the way, that's a different story. But just to show you that even if not all of your videos hit 100,000 views, you can still get all of your watch hours. You don't need every single video that you create, that you put out, to perform super incredibly well. There was this one creator, I forget who it was, but I recently saw a video and somebody said people who were super successful and are like very well known, they had to do so many attempts, literally hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of attempts for a couple, like a couple of handful, maybe a couple hundred of pieces or games or moments to be really successful and let them be as widely known as they are. And that's the same way that you should watch content creation. Every live stream, every video, every short that you create, not every single one of those is going to be a hit. There are those channels who have constant hit after hit after hit after hit, but that's not the case for every single creator. A lot of content creators, including myself, I'm not a big content creator, but a lot of content creators have videos that perform decently okay, but nothing crazy. And every once in a while, one of those videos will reach to limits that they could have never imagined. If you go look through my channel, most of my videos at the moment, which I'm very grateful for, lie between the 1,000 to the 3,000 view mark. I think I have like 5-ish videos that like performed above 10,000 views, basically, in the long form space. Those are the kind of videos that get you over that watch time threshold that you need to reach partner. And it's really important to remember that not every video is going to perform super well. And that's okay. You're also still learning about YouTube content creation, whatever it is that you're doing while you're going. You learn how to make better thumbnails, you learn how to edit differently, you learn how to make better titles, you learn how to make better intros, come up with better concepts or different concepts, or you try out different formats. You know, like, content creation, in my opinion, is all about trying and learning and just seeing what comes at you while you do your best, having fun making videos. So back when I hit 10,000 subscribers, it was in like April or May, I wrote out this really long post for the stream team that I'm in, the Love Bugs. Love all of them, because I wanted to share what I had learned and what I had done to get there. And I want to give a big disclaimer that the way I decided to go about YouTube isn't necessarily going to be what is going to work for you, because you have a different personality, you have a different type of editing, you have a different style, you have a different type of content that you might enjoy making. I just wanted to share how I tried different things to see what could work for me. And it basically all started back in October of 2025, where I set myself a 6-month challenge to make it as a full-time content creator. Obviously, that is not something that I was able to do because I'm not currently a full-time content creator. Mind you, I did go, like, really went all in because I was dealing with a bit of work burnout, and that will come back later in the content situation as well. After I'd moved, I went through a bit of a hard time, and it was really, really difficult for me to work or basically do anything. But I saw this video by a creator called Ginger Woman, and she gave herself a year, or her parents gave her a year to do this, and the video really popped off. I was really inspired, and I was like, you know what, I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I really think that maybe I can do it. If I believe in myself and I put in the time and effort, I should be able to grow my channels and, you know, earn a little bit of money off of content. And the way I went about it is I tried to find a consistency in content, because up until that point, I was only uploading every so often, mainly doing streams edited into YouTube videos, and occasionally a little short, because I realized shorts and TikToks helped get more eyes on both my streams and my YouTube content. And so my new goal, my new schedule, was meant to be 1 long form video a week, basically daily shorts, and then do 2 streams every single week. And I did that on YouTube as well, because the watch time of a stream counts as well. So if like a couple of people watch a 2 to 3 hour stream, that might already be 10, 15, maybe more watch hours, depending on how long people stick around or how many people are watching. It is a really tough schedule. I occasionally missed a day of the short form content because it's bound to happen, as I spent a lot more time on them than I should have. And the only reason that I was able to do that is because, like I mentioned previously, I basically went all in on content. I wasn't really doing anything else besides that. So if you can't do that because you have school or work, that is completely normal. So if you need breaks, if you need a different schedule, if consistency looks different for you, that is totally okay. You have to do what works for you and what is healthy for you. Because when I was doing this, I think I stayed consistent for like 1 to maybe 2-ish months, and then I took a break for like a month or 2 because I was feeling burnt out from content already. So that's why I'm saying try to find something that works for you. I kind of went to a more relaxed schedule after I had that more of a mental dip. Now, because I did basically daily shorts, I think it's really important to cover what those did for me and how I use them. YouTube pushes stuff very differently all of the time, and the way that shorts get pushed is very different from the way that long form gets pushed, and I am not an expert on all of this. I can just speak from what I've seen and what I've experienced myself in posting content. But basically, short form content is something that gets pushed to a lot more people very quickly compared to long form. So if you create a short and you post it, it's bound to get a lot more views within the first 1 to 2 days than a long form video would. The big difference is that shorts kind of die out after those 2 initial days. At least that's what it was for me. Now, if you're posting nearly daily shorts, of course you have to come up with a lot of different types of content. And one of the things that I did was use my short form to also get more eyes on my long form. A couple of different ways that I try to do that is to turn my intros from my long form videos into shorts so that I could link them back. You can link a different video into your shorts. I also try to find moments that were pretty clippable, that maybe had more high energy, that were very interesting for maybe a short. And occasionally I would also make a separate, newly voiceovered short video about the long form to entice people to maybe go and watch. Now, those 3 things are not enough to bring out daily shorts. So what else I did was occasionally I would update on my 6-month journey, and those are the videos that actually performed the best. I will go more in depth on that later, but those are the videos that got me the most subscribers. I also posted a couple of tips and tricks videos, which really works well in the Minecraft niche. Posted about resource packs, about mods, and also some building tutorials. Those are the things that I liked, and those tend to do pretty well. Those are like one-off ideas that you can work with, that people are interested in seeing generally. And I think my building tutorials, I had some of those that did pretty well, both on TikTok and on YouTube. So as I mentioned before, the short form videos that did the best were those where I was talking about my journey to becoming a full-time creator in 6 months. And what I did there is basically involve the people that were watching. I involved a community I didn't have yet by making those kind of videos and talking about how I wanted to grow a community on the internet and how I would really appreciate anybody that wanted to help, how people could help, yada yada yada. People love being a part of something, at least that's what I think from having seen the numbers on those videos. People love helping, trying to do their part, becoming a member of the community, trying to support smaller creators, helping them grow. Now, another way that I try to involve community is by creating a couple of my more yappy long form videos, just like this one. Those are the ones that have gotten me a lot of watch hours. The one that actually got me over the threshold for the full YouTube partner program was the one called You Should Be a YouTuber. The reason that that video worked was because I think it had a really enticing thumbnail. I've heard a lot of people say that, but also just the idea that I'm addressing you, the person that is watching or is listening. I'm trying to play into their potential dreams and want for something that I also had a longing for, for years. So I feel like I was really able to talk to a younger version of myself who was always thinking about this one thing that I've always wanted. And because it was so personal, but I was not just talking about me, it worked. And it got more people's attention, even though it wasn't a very super edited video and it wasn't super high energy. I'll go more into the analytics of this later, by the way, in case you're curious about that. I will show pictures. Now I want to take some time to talk more about what I've learned in creating videos. So I want to go dive into the algorithm, although I think it's important to note that the algorithm is kind of very unpredictable and it changes like all the time. There's a lot of videos, there's a lot of dedicated channels out there if you do want to do some sort of deep dive into it. I feel like what it kind of comes down to is having a good click-through rate and a good average view duration. If you're curious, if you're newer or unfamiliar with those terms, a click-through rate is basically how many people that see your video actually click on it to watch it. And then the average view duration is how long people stick around to watch what you have to say or what you do before they decide to leave. I'll dive into the long form content first, and then I'll talk about what I've learned regarding the algorithm and all that in short form stuff. So like I said, for long form content, click-through rate is super important because I've noticed that the higher your click-through rate is, the more likely YouTube is to push it out to even more people. So it's important that your title is shorter and more attention grabbing, and that your thumbnail is pretty simple. For thumbnails, I've learned that having like one main object visible and then having a pretty empty background with maybe 2 to 3 words on there is the sweet spot, at least for me. But it may be totally different depending on your niche or the type of content that you make. I've just learned that those types of thumbnails and those types of videos are the ones that did really well for me. It's important that you know that you can put a lot of time into filming and editing a video, but people need to click on your video. The first thing that they see before they see all the hard work you put into a video is your title and thumbnail. And it's true, what they say is that we don't put enough time and effort into a title and thumbnail as opposed to how much time we spent on recording and editing a video. If you spend like 5 to 10 minutes working on your title and thumbnail once you're done editing, maybe try to think of something before you even start recording, or maybe just spend a little more extra time either researching, or just editing your titles and your thumbnails. Do some A/B testing. I feel like that's a feature that I've been trying out a lot because you never know. Maybe one title or thumbnail that you thought would be really good is not as good as something else that you came up with. I feel like even having slight variations on your thumbnails or your titles could make all the difference. On the matter of A/B testing, it is important to know that I don't think it always shows you the results. So you do need to hit a certain amount of watch hours or views before YouTube is able to show you the percentages of what performed better or whatnot. So keep in mind that sometimes it's possible that you don't even get a result. Now onto short form content. I'm still not 100% sure what exactly helps getting you pushed, but from what I've seen, I think it also has to do with the average viewer duration and the swipe rates. What I've learned is that shorts that tend to be on the shorter side, mostly like under 30 seconds, usually work the best because people tend to have really short attention spans nowadays, unfortunately. What also helps is if you can make a short that is like replayable, or at least that it kind of ends in a way that people are likely to rewatch the beginning bit so that your average view duration goes above 100%. YouTube likes that a lot and is very likely to then push your short out to more people. Something like that kind of stuff is just really something that you have to test. You have to play around with it. You have to see, like maybe, for example, a tips and tricks video is really good for that because they might want to re-listen to a tip or a trick that you mentioned in the beginning of your video. Something that people have also done is make sure that the end of their short is basically the start of a sentence, and then in the beginning they end a sentence, but it's like also something that's a good opener. For example, something that I've seen is creators going, so that's why yada yada yada. So they end the video with, so that's why I survived 100 days in hardcore, for example. Really basic example, right? It works in the one sentence, but it also works as just your opening sentence, your hook, your verbal hook. Hooks are super important in short form, by the way. I've learned that your visual and your audible hook are super important things, and you can do this in different ways. You can have an enticing title on the screen, or you can have a little transition, you can have some sort of animation happening in the beginning. That's something that a lot of people do because it helps pull people out of the scroll, because there's a sort of visual that they don't necessarily expect when scrolling through their short form feed. You know, your first or 2 seconds need to be interesting enough so that people don't swipe away, because if they swipe away, your swipe rate goes down, duh, and it makes YouTube think that people don't want to watch your video, and thus they're not going to push it as much. Here's where I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty, the numbers, the videos that worked for me, that did really well, and what exactly those numbers looked like. I just wanted to share a couple of the ones that gave me a lot of views, watch time, and a lot of subscribers, so you can have an idea of what can happen, maybe. I'll go over 3 short videos that did really well, and then 3 long form videos that did really well. The first short is the one where I talked about my 6-month journey of chasing my dreams. It's the week 23 of chasing my dreams. The video is the concept that I explained, and like I mentioned, people just love to support. So as you can see on the graphs, it's a video that got 20,000 views. It got 13,000 views more than usual. It got me over 500 new subscribers, and as you can see also in the graph, it's like the first couple of days and then it kind of just flatlines. 10,000 people were engaged. I still don't fully know. I think that means like they stuck around for longer and actually watched the video properly. Watch time, it's, you know, it's 61 watch hours, but watch hours for shorts unfortunately don't add to your watch time. But as you can see, the average view duration is 19 seconds, which is pretty good, pretty solid. The videos are usually about 30-ish seconds because I do talk a little bit about what my goals are in those types of videos, but you can also see that the intro is above 100% for some reason. So I don't actually know what that means. Maybe it means that people swipe past and then swipe back, because in general, not a lot of people watched all the way until the end, you know? I'm still learning. As you can see, 58% decided to watch. This is the swipe rate. 58% decided to stay and 42% swiped away. That rhymes. Then my second one is a short that got a lot of attention. I think it is my most viewed short, or at least one of my most viewed shorts. And I think that is for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's super duper short. It's a building short where I just showcase 3 different types of builds. So it's something that people can easily rewatch if they want to, let's say, rewatch the second build that I did or the first one. And I used a trending sound. I think it was one of the first times that I actually went into the YouTube app and looked up and used a trending sound that was really popular at the time. And I have not really used a trending sound again. I should try that again sometime because it seems to really work, as you can tell. Plus like 33,000 views. Not a lot of subscribers though, so it's interesting to see how a lot of views don't necessarily mean a lot of subscribers. And as you can see, a lot of people watched twice, because the average view duration is like way above the length of the video, right? As you can tell here, the average view duration, it says it's down from my usual, because usually people would watch longer because my shorts are longer. But at 11 seconds, average view duration on a video that is 8 seconds is really good, because that means that most people, if not everybody, basically watched the full video and then a little bit more than that, which is also something that I think helps push the video more. And my final short that I wanted to address is the one where I talk about how to stop quitting after 2 weeks. And I think the reason for that is because the concept is the 2-week phase is very popular within the Minecraft community. And I gave really actionable steps on how somebody can, quote unquote, fix this. It got 22,000 views and got me 100 subscribers, which compared to the first short isn't a lot, but compared to the previous one, that's triple the amount, even though it has less views, because once again it's a talking video and I'm going over a problem, I'm talking to the person, I'm involving the person that is watching the video. I think those are more converting. It feels weird talking about people in like a converting way, but that's kind of what you're here for, right? And here you can also see that the average view duration is half a minute, and the video in and of itself is longer than that, but a lot of people watched way past the intro is what I can say. I feel like I'm kind of talking about everything and nothing at the same time. I hope it makes sense. It's been a while since I shared all of these stats, and like I said, I'm not a professional analytics person. I am just trying to read into them as best as I can. I just wanted to show you what has worked for me. So that's that for the short form. Now for the long form, I want to start out with a more general idea of what I noticed helped get me more views. Like I mentioned before, my views were usually higher when my click-through rate was more than usual. I've learned that the first 20 to 30 seconds of your video are definitely the most important in long form. Just like in your short form, you have the 2-second hook, you have the 20 to 30 second intro in your long form video to try and reel people in to make sure that they stick around and that what they clicked for is actually what they're going to get in the video. That is usually where for me still the big dip happens. I'm still trying to figure out how to get less of a dip, but hey, we're doing our best here. Let's get into starting off. The video that actually did so much for my channel is still getting a bunch of views up until this day, months later. The video that got me past the threshold of monetization. And I can give you the numbers that I shared then, but I will also give you the numbers that I have right now for that video. The reason that this is a really interesting video for me is because I literally do nothing in the video. It's not a very edited video. It is a very simple video. I think one of the fastest videos that I was able to get out because I just sat down, recorded me talking for like 20 to 25 minutes, and then I recorded myself just playing Minecraft, doing random stuff in my Minecraft world, and then I put those two together and I posted that online, and that was it. Which just proves that your video doesn't have to be overly complicated to be interesting to people and to get people to watch or stick around for a long time. It shows that what you say can be so much more important than what you actually physically do in the video. So back then, the video had 21,000 views and 1,200 watch hours, gained me over 600 subscribers, and that was in a matter of 8 days. The click-through rate for that video was 4.6%, and usually my click-through rate was about, I think, 1 to 2, maybe 3 occasionally. The 4.6 was like really good for me. That was a really high number click-through rate for me. And that's where my theory came from, of that if you have a high click-through rate, YouTube is going to be more likely to push it. Now the video in and of itself is not super long. As you can see here, it's about a 15-minute long video, and as you can see, right, people click off pretty quickly. Very little people stay all the way through till the end. But even with like the average view duration of 3.5 minutes on a 15-minute video, I got 1,200 watch hours because so many people saw this video. To be fair, my average view duration is apparently more than what my usual average view duration is. I don't know if that helps in this regard. But it's interesting to know that like if thousands of people watched 3 minutes of your video, that can lead to 1,000 watch hours in and of itself. Let's actually look at those stats today, shall we? It's nerve-wracking. Okay, so this video now has over 120,000 views in a matter of like 110 days, which is 3 months, and it's still going. In the last 48 hours, it's gotten 1,200 views. It's gotten me 6,000 watch hours and over 3,000 subscribers. And as a bonus, since I got monetized with the help of this video, it's made me 160 euros. This is not the net revenue, right? Because YouTube does take a percentage. They do take some taxes off of the money that you get. Let's look at the other numbers. Oh, the click-through rate went up even. It went up to 4.8%. This is a full graph for the click-through rate in case you're interested. So it kind of was pretty high all the time. I think this is the lowest, is 3.4, but it's pretty solid. I'm actually also curious if the bell notifications have something to do with how well your video does. Because as you can see here from the notifications, 8% of people click through, as opposed to my usual 0.5 to 2.5. That's also interesting. Engagements, average view duration went down a bit even, but yeah, it's crazy. Oh, we got a lot of hypes actually in the first 7 days, 46 hypes. That might have helped it push out a little more. I've learned that hypes is something that I'm still not entirely sure of how it works. The premise of it is that in the first 7 days, people have hype points that they can choose to use on a video, and then if enough people hype the video, it will basically give it another push. YouTube will try to push it to a bigger audience again or something like that. Like I said, I'm still not entirely sure how this works, but I've seen some videos where when I've gotten hypes, it went up a little bit again, a little curve. So yeah, interesting video. Big video for me. Then we have, this is actually, right now if I would make this again, I would share a different video. So I'm gonna add another video to this. But at the time, my second video that got me quite a lot of views and watch hours was my first episode on the Homestead mod pack. It got a lot of views compared to everything that I had done up until that point. And I think it was a combination of, at least for me, a pretty impressive thumbnail and everything that I mentioned before, the intro containing that visual from the thumbnail, which I think led to more people watching for a bit longer. And I've also just learned that people are a big fan of modded Minecraft, so that might be why this got a lot more views. And then I did use A/B testing for this video, which I didn't do for the previous one, so I did want to show you what the results of that were. So this video got 2,700 views and 177 watch hours, which, like I said at the time, is a lot, right? It's like if you're going for the 4,000 watch hours, that's nearly 1/5 of 1,000, which doesn't sound crazy, but it can make a super big dent in that number that you're going for. It got me 37 subscribers, quite a few, but nothing too crazy. It got 80,000 impressions. I still don't really know why. I think it was the most amount of impressions that I had ever seen YouTube try to get me, and the click-through rate was 2.4, which is usually like, I think even then 2.4 was more than my usual click-through rates. And as you can see here, the average view duration is higher. It's also a longer video, right? I think YouTube likes to push videos that are a little bit longer because the video is 36 minutes. But as you can see, like, I always have this really big dip that I'm trying to work on. But here you can see that 64% of people were still watching at the 30-second mark, which is above typical. So more people stuck around past the 30 seconds. That's why I think it got pushed more. And then for the A/B tests, I tried out 3 different thumbnails. The first 2 were pretty similar, but as you can see, I added text to the second one, and that one did the best. And I couldn't scientifically tell you why. Like I mentioned, I just think it was a lot of empty space and 2 to 3 words of text. Makes it a bit more interesting for people. It's probably not exactly why, but that is what I've made of it. A big video that got me quite a lot of watch hours, which are the watch hours that kind of helps me push over that threshold as well, is a long play, a relaxing long play actually, which didn't do really well in the beginning, but kind of got a second life because some random video pushed it mega hard. I have zero clue why it performed as well as it did. But like the You Should Be a YouTuber video, the concept of it is that I basically do no cuts, no editing, no visual effects. I just do a recording in one sitting, and then I do a little bit of audio adjusting in case stuff is a little loud, but it's meant to be a bit like ASMR, you know, like a video that people could fall asleep to. And that's the kind of content that makes it really easy to get more watch time because it's a longer video And if a couple of people fall asleep to something like this, they watch the entire video and give you a lot more watch hours. The video only got 886 views, but look at that watch time. 778 watch hours. That's nearly as many watch hours as it is views. Nearly every single person that watched that video watched about an hour of the video. It only got me 7 subscribers, right? But you can see here in the graph how in the beginning, in the first like 2 months, it kind of flatlined and then it got this massive boost because of one video. You can see here the click-through rate is not great. It's pretty bad actually. 1.1% is not very good for a click-through rate. Sucks. I was not very good. I'm still not the best at thumbnails. I still don't do really well. Like my recent video is at the same click-through rate right now, so who really knows what one where. And here you can see content suggesting this video, ASMR Minecraft survival mode video. 55% of the viewers came from this one video, which is mind-blowing to me. And you can see here, average view duration is 52 minutes. I think that is the highest AVD that I've ever had on any of my videos on my channel ever. That is insane. So cool. And like I said, that's like nearly 1,000 hours. And this was a video that I uploaded before I took on the 6-month challenge, by the way. Those were the kind of videos that I was uploading. I was doing long plays and I was doing like Forever World videos. Now, one more video that I wanted to go over is one that is more recent, but is also quite a long video. And it is the I spent 100 days in Cozy Modded Minecraft video. I've changed this title a lot of times in hopes of reaching more people. I feel like I may have done more harm than I did good, but it is a collection of 2 episodes that I did of Homestead. So I did 2 videos on the Homestead mod pack, and individually they got a couple thousand views, and then I just decided to put the 2 together and turn it into a 100 days video. And for some reason, the 100 days concept, people eat it up. They love it. And I read a lot of people in the comments really particularly love seeing people play Homestead, because apparently bigger mod packs and stuff, people's PCs don't always have the capacity for a mod pack like this, and so they like to watch other people play it. Food for thought. So as you can see, this video over the last 2 months has gotten 68,900 views, and in the last 48 hours it has gotten 1,200 views. And this video alone, are you ready? This is what I mean when I say that 1 to 2 videos absolutely popping off are what can get you to the YouTube Partner Program. This video got 18,400 watch hours. 18,000. And it has gotten me over 900 subscribers. And as a bonus, are you ready? It has made me €565.55. This video, mind-boggling. I had already done the work and I just put 2 things together and it made this entire new video that performed so crazy well. And I don't have a proper explanation as to why. It got 1 million impressions. The click-through rate is 4.8%. It has never gone below 4%. I'm just now seeing this. It has never gone below 4%. That is a great click-through rate. Average view duration, way less than that long play that you saw. But the click-through rate is so good that I guess it's just worth it for YouTube to push it. It also got a couple of hypes, as you can see. 20 hypes. But the average view duration is 16 minutes, right? It's still more than usual, right? I think it's interesting that there's the green arrows, right? That might make YouTube want to push it more. I'm not entirely sure. But dang, bro, is it crazy? You can also see 56% of viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark, which is typical. It's very interesting. I feel like I just had to put it in there. I did do A/B testing for this as well. But like I mentioned, I did swap out stuff a couple of times. I think I saved them If I did, here's some comparisons of the A/B testing. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. But I can, as you can see, with the click-through rates, even though I changed titles and thumbnails, the general idea of the video is still the same, and I guess just an interesting enough concept for people to click on it. And that's kind of it. That was my journey to 10,000 subscribers, and I know that I tackled so much, and I don't know if anybody is still listening. If you are, I just wanted it to be a sort of motivation to show you that if you look at my videos, right, usually most of my videos were around the 100, maybe 200, 300. The old one out was like 1,000 views, but most of my videos were not doing like super fantastically well. All it takes is like you trying one different thing and having a video that performs really well, and then like it can just happen like that, you know? That's kind of what I wanted to show or tell with this video, is that you don't need constant hits. You just need something to resonate with people, and it can be anything. I want to say make sure it comes from the heart. Just make sure that you're having a good time, you're enjoying yourself, and that you're not getting lost in the numbers, because it's so easy to get lost in them, especially when you are really focusing on getting partner. Also when you have made partner, it's stressful, it's worrisome, but making content should first and foremost be fun, be a good time. And I just didn't want you to get demotivated by seeing these numbers for becoming a partner go up, because it's possible. It's so possible. And I know that some people are going to be like, you were just lucky. Well, it took me 11 years to get to this point. 11 years of trying different content channels, trying different types, trying out so many different things, and then finally getting to where I am today. So I just wanted to let you know that if you want this, and you like doing this, and you like learning, and you like improving, and you like content creation, don't let lower views or lower numbers, or you know, the high numbers that you have to achieve for YouTube partner scare you off. Keep doing what you're doing, keep having fun, and if you want to get some advice, you want to talk to other people who are in the content space, fellow small creators, you want to do things together with them, make sure to join the content Discord that is linked in the description down below. And good luck! Good luck! I so look forward to seeing you thrive and seeing you have a great time with content and reach your goals and get that YouTube partner. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Thank you so much for listening or watching.